So it's Jai, not Jay.
Jai, yes.
Okay.
Who said Jay? Let me catch them now.
Hi everyone, I'm Najee Sabati, founder of Oval Sum, and we are doing Innerswave with EP2. Today we're here with Jai. And Jai is a fashion model and stylist, and we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty of just her career and her life. So, what's up? How are you?
I'm good, girl. How are you?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling.
Awesome. I'm so nervous, but yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. I love you here so much.
Thank you so much.
And I love the fact that, like, even in this industry where we have such Western influences, you still wear your hair out.
Yeah.
And obviously you look fly with your hair out.
Thank you.
So how did you not succumb to that conditioning and still experiment with your natural hair and other hairstyles, of course?
First of all, I'm really lazy to do my hair. So if you see my hair out, just know that there's no money for braids. But like, if my hair is out, like, I really love my fro because like it's part of me and who Jai is, because I started modeling like with my fro out. Like that's what got me the jobs and all of that. So yeah, I think it comes to who I am and it's part of my identity. So yeah.
That's so cool. So your modeling career, did it start mainly independently, or did you decide to get signed and your agency encouraged you to have your hair out?
Okay, so I never wanted to model ever in my life. I always wanted to dance because that's where I started, like from the age of 8, being dancing, and then got into modeling because like my sister forced me. There was some type of, I think there was like a show happening and this lady needed models, like just anyone, just come. So my cousin was like, girl, you tall, like you got the height, please go. So I went, I was like, let me just go and see what's happening. And I actually enjoyed it. The show, like the ambience, being on the ramp, like the confidence I got from it. I was like, you know what, this is for me. So it started independently, like you asked.
And you started with runway. That is so bold. So brave.
Listen.
And you had such a good time doing it as well. That's really cool. So when the timeline did this happen, because you said you've been dancing since 8, and I think a lot of people, well, I personally didn't really pick up that you were dancing until I watched your last vlog. Guys, the vlogs, please go tune in.
Clock my vlogs.
Yes, until I clocked that. So when the timeline from your dancing career that started at 8, did you get into modeling?
So it happened around 2021.
Okay.
That's where I like proper started, and that was with the show that I actually did. And then from there, I went into. Can I break it down?
Fully. We want all of it.
So let me get into it. So from that one show, and then I think there was a competition happening with SA Fashion Week. It was Face of Fashion, and I was like, you know what? Since I am in this, I started the journey already. Like, let me go into it fully, then dive in, you know. So I registered. I actually made it. I was actually shocked. I made it to top 10, and then they had to pick out of that. But obviously, you know, they had to pick one. So it was impossible that I was going to make it. Also, I was just starting, so there's that slim possibility that I was going to make it. But from there, we got the advantage to walk for SA Fashion Week because we were part of Face of Fashion, which was the top 10 ladies. So yeah, that's where I went to SA Fashion Week. After that, I went into the small brands like Bellatron. I actually started with Mo the Creative. I don't know if you know him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Model Republic. Model Republic, forgive me. Forgive me. Yeah, I started with Mo, and then I went to Bellatron, and then from there, way up.
That's so cool. So actually, talking about like our local brands that are doing amazing, by the way, how do you feel about like South African culture in terms of the creativity, the fashion, just the creative experience in South Africa at the moment, and just how it's evolved? Because I know a lot of people saying it's falling.
I can't lie, like from where we come from and like now, I'm actually like, I wouldn't say impressed, but like it's lovely to see, you know.
Yeah.
Like we only knew skinny jeans. Let's be honest, like a young superstar, all-star, you know. But now I love how people are tapping into what they actually fall in love with daily, you know. People express themselves more. Me as well. Like, I was scared coming from a small town like Innerdale. It's small.
Stop! You're from Innerdale?
Yeah.
Me too, guys.
No ways.
So
you lying. Stop. Extension what?
I'm from Extension 9, dude.
You lying? The big dance for 9?
I don't know.
ShopRite side?
ShopRite side, yes.
Shout out. Innerdale girl represent.
That is
but I
insane.
come from, yeah.
Innerdale is looking shaky now, but
girl.
yeah.
So yeah, Innerdale is really, you know, they boxed into like one thing, knowing one thing. So coming from that, like I didn't want to be boxed into what they, you know, boxed into. So that's where I ventured out into fashion. And just seeing everyone like tap into fashion in SA, like it's inspiring, I'm going to be honest. It's really nice to see. Yeah.
Okay. That's so crazy. You're from Innerdale as well. That's, yeah, I would also say like, over time, I know the people that are like vets now in the culture and stuff, they are trying to rebuild things that we lost when Ricky passed away. So it's really refreshing to hear you say that, like, actually the evolution is coming up.
Yeah, it is.
Because I see people making an effort in like the events that are curated, just more artists coming to South Africa and trusting the audience.
That too is what I'm saying. Like, dude, we never had this like in 2021. Like, after Ricky passed, I feel like people actually felt like they had to step up, you know, for like the game and just all these events. I never knew about No Nairobi. I knew like nothing. But now that everything is happening, it's refreshing, man. Like just being around creatives. You only see this in New York, Paris. Now that it's in Johannesburg in South Africa, it's fire. It's awesome.
That is really cool because like we do get, like you mentioned, New York and Paris and stuff, the Western influences. That's who we technically like look at in terms of getting direction when finding inspiration as creatives. So, you know, when the TikTok ban happened, low-key, I was excited because it's like, I want to see what we would come up with originally, you know? Because, like, guys, South Africans, we can cook.
Listen.
We can really cook. But anyway, let's get into that.
Topic for another day.
So, what drives your fashion decisions? Because, like, South Africa trusts you with fashion. I mean, the work you've done. Levi's, Maxhosa, like, we trust you. We trust you. So what drives that? And I feel like for us as the public to trust you, you have to like believe hore. So yeah, what drives that?
Girl, I don't even know, but like it's the love of fashion. Like especially seeing how the Paris girlies does it, the Copenhagen girlies.
Yo, guys.
Like, we can tap into all of them. The New York girlies, like, it's inspiring. And, like, I want to tap into that level of fashion. Like, they're on a different level, I'm going to be honest.
They really are. And
like,
we're still, like,
we're slowly getting there.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I love it for us. Because soon enough, we will reach there, you know. So that's what I feel like my drive comes from. Like, I really want to tap into that level of passion for fashion. I didn't mean to rhyme, but yeah.
So actually, like, for me, having to explain to people like how important fashion is to me, it's such an emotional thing. I find it hard to find the words.
Yeah, facts.
Because it genuinely feels like home to me. It's like a language to me that I can articulate myself in, things that like people use words, people use like other things, and to me fashion, it's like
to express
what
ourselves.
I put on. So like how do I even phrase this, like what does it mean to you, and like putting on a fit that makes you feel good, like how does that transform your day and just your mood?
I'm gonna be honest, coming here I was fighting with this fit and I was like,
usually
that's
the
how I'm
case.
late.
Okay.
But I'm like, you know what? I need to feel good. Like, there's no way I can step out and not feel good. And it stems from like what I wear, like you said. So a bad fit means a bad day. But like you obviously can't show it, you know.
Yeah, you
but
just have to walk like I got
to,
this on.
you know. So yeah, I feel like it stems from that. Like a good fit means a good day. You feel confident, like you can go about your day, you can conquer anything, you feel unstoppable. So yeah.
Fair. Like that's just me.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna repeat it now.
Yeah.
Tell them that the producer's asking a question. You guys are looking at me.
We're looking at the producers because they have a question for us. So the question is, how do you think? How does Jai think her social environment influenced
Her childhood social environment.
Her childhood social environment influenced your
who you are today.
Yeah, who you are today.
So like I mentioned, like there was not really much to look at in Ennerdale. So I feel like I was forced to go out there to find who I really am, because in Ennerdale there's not much, I'm gonna be honest. Like it's either you're wearing Lacoste, Dakota, like what is
so
it?
true.
Came wearing what you wore.
Yeah, no, Dakota clock it. Come on, you know we still love a Dakota.
Yeah.
You know the Abitas, the Skotane vibe. So like, I feel like that. I mean, it's cool. We still love it now, but like, it's all they knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there wasn't like a variety to it.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna step out of that box and I'm gonna like venture into something that I want to see something different, you know. So I think that's what influenced me going into like fashion and all of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask another one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a limitation of fashion based on gender?
Yeah, that's what the producers asked.
I have to repeat it for the audience.
Not at all. Like, love it for the gays, love it for the guys, the girls. There's no limitation. Like, wear what you want to wear, express yourself fully, and yeah, be you, for real.
I do think though that like growing up in a space in Ennerdale, it definitely, like if you were to try to go outside the norms, you would be looked at different and
weird.
Not just looked at, they would ask you, Hore,
Girlie, what are you wearing?
Like, literally, like what do you have on? Like, you know, so it is like a really brave, and you have to have that brave personality to be into to be into fashion and like styling, regardless. I think regardless of where you grow up, you know, because there'll always be those like stereotypical expectations from people.
Facts.
But yeah, okay, so the question is, what is the thought process when styling somebody, especially if it's a aesthetic that's outside of yours?
I think I'd go for what fits their body first of all, like what they feel comfortable in, and like also I can't force like what I like onto them, you know, so I'd want to make what they like work, but make it look fly and cool, obviously. So yeah, I think just working around what they like, how they feel comfortable and confident in like clothes, like whatever it is, maybe a skirt, maybe, you know, baggy jeans, it doesn't matter, but yeah.
Okay, so something that Oval Sun really believes in is when it comes to fashion, you have to put, like, as a person, your responsibility is just to exist. And the pieces that you put on are supposed to enhance your existence. Not for you to feel like you have to fit in those pieces. You just have to feel comfortable and feel like your actual self is being unlocked. So is that essentially what you're saying? Like just making sure they feel comfortable and
confident.
Confidence. Okay, that's really cool. Okay.
Yes. Like as a stylist, what kind of sets do you are like? This is so fun. Like all of them are, but like your favorite, whether it's music videos, shoots, styling yourself. Yes, like what you say your
Like what's my favorite to do? Space.
To style people in.
I'm gonna I'm gonna say myself. I love styling myself, I'll be honest, because like when it comes to people, you don't want to like step, boundaries. Like, what if they're not feeling it, and then you're on set, you're not even sure, you're feeling uncomfortable, you're overthinking, and now things are going wrong, So yeah, I haven't also tapped into like styling a full set on someone or like a music video, so I'm more comfortable with myself right now. So yeah, I think I'd say myself, the space I'd love to style is me.
What is your advice for people that are trying to evolve and develop their own styling career? Yeah, regardless of whatever your budget is.
Sorry.
Or not having money.
So brokey, sorry.
Let's start somewhere.
So I'll go back from like where I come from. We like, yeah, represent. Love you guys. So my family is not the richest. We're just like middle age, the usual family. So cars were a problem. So I only knew taxis from the start of my career until now. Like, I'm going back home with a taxi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it's only been taxis. So if you're gonna make money limit you, that's gonna stop you. Yeah. And if you're eager, and if you also don't worry about like what people have to say. Because when I started fashion and like, because on TikTok, I'm ADHD. On TikTok, I started doing funny videos before I went into fashion. So I was like, I am funny, but this is not me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was also doing dancing, but I was like, I love fashion so much.
Okay.
I can't, like, I cannot not post like what I love to wear. So that's where it started. I started posting, my fashion videos, and I didn't care what people had to say, because coming from Ennerdale, like I said, people are boxed. If you're wearing a bubble skirt, they're like, Chummy, like, what are you wearing, like, where are you flying to, So I was like, that's not going to stop me. You're going to have that attitude of, I don't care what people have to say. And when it comes to money shouldn't be the problem. I never started with no brand deal. I had nothing. I had thrifting only, like, down. When I say down, I had thrifting only. And obviously, like, revamping my mom's clothes or my dad's clothes. So yeah, I hope I answered your question.
So it's essentially like working with what's in your closet already and just being bold in that.
Yes.
And then taking advantage of the thrifty town. Especially if you're from Joburg, like literally Park Station, just go down the escalators there, then it's there. And it's also sustainable.
Yes.
Exactly. So okay. So in terms of developing your personal style, how do you feel about people following trends, like just but personally what I like to do with because I am very adamant on the fact that I am gonna learn until the day I die.
Yeah.
So whatever like I see that interests me, even in the slightest bit, I'm gonna try it out. Like I'm gonna try it out. Like I got these ballet pumps from the Fix because I'm like, is this gonna fit? Like, am I gonna keep it in my style, whatever? So how do you, or actually any tips on evolving your own personal style, just having your own style, not just going with the wind and being fickle?
I mean, I also started from trends. I won't lie. Like, TikTok was all we knew, you know, and Pinterest as well.
Shout out like, Pinterest.
Yeah, no. Still love it down, though. Still love it down. But I was speaking to a friend yesterday, and we were talking about, like, you know, people just copying and pasting. Like, you can see when someone copies and pastes, you know.
Yeah.
So, like you were saying, you want to learn also. So I feel like take from that, but try and add your own style, you know, until you find like your proper style or something that's original to you. So yeah, I mean, copying is not bad, but like come on guys, stop with the copy and paste. It's like,
just
we want to see more of you.
Add your own personal elements to it, you know?
Yeah, facts.
Because at the end of the day, like, it will be more fulfilling to you to even get dressed when
facts.
You feel like you're dressing your own avatar, not just, So, speaking about learning, for you to transition from being a dancer since, like, that's all you knew, and going into modeling. Let's actually talk about you being a dancer. And you're doing Breezy Bowl. Let's talk about that. Let's get into that. Give us that tea.
Girl, it was insane. Like, not even from dancing perspective, like, just when we entered and when we saw the arena, like, how many people were there, like, it was crazy. I swear, like, atmosphere was insane. But getting into the dancing, that was something else. Like, before we went on stage, we obviously prayed because, like, come on, it's breezy, you know, like, we don't want to mess up or anything. When we just got on stage, I don't know, I felt some type of, it was some type of energy, so overwhelming. It was the best feeling ever. Like, I didn't even see him when we were dancing because, like, he came from the back. And, like, I was so focused, like, Auntie Chomi is here in front of me. Like,
so you guys didn't rehearse together? You guys had separate rehearsals?
Yeah, because Musa Keys was actually, I danced for Musa Keys.
Okay.
So Musa Keys has a song with Chris Brown and Davido. And Davido was showcasing on the Chris Brown show. So he was like, you know what, Musa, since we're in SA, I'm showcasing, hop on, since we all have a song together. So then that's where, like, we all came. So we didn't rehearse with them, we rehearsed with, like, Musa only.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it was just like a Musa thing at home, at his place. We rehearsed, we got there, and it was fast. Like, one day rehearsal, if you don't get it, child, like, they cut you, they call somebody else.
And that was for your biggest show, like, you had one day.
Yeah, you need to be that quick. But yeah, when we got there, it was so much fun. We had the best experience, I won't even lie. It was so fun. Yeah.
That's so cool. So you are open to, like, just different outlets of your creativity. Modeling, dancing, styling.
Yeah.
So are there any other, like, roles that you are trying to embody in the future?
I can't even say for certain right now, but, like, I am trying to get into creative direction, especially for models.
Yeah, we want to see that, please.
Yeah.
As in, as soon as you
Okay, no problem. So yeah, I do want to tap into that as well, because I feel like I do kind of have a vision on how to do that. So yeah, I think I want to finally tap into it.
Let's start with you evolving in the public eye. People are watching you, and you are also, you know, changing and being like, oh,
one day
I don't feel this.
One day you don't want to work with these kind of people.
Okay.
Watching, like, oh, okay, she's doing this now.
Like,
evolving in front of people.
Okay.
And just, like, being like, okay, regardless of what they say, or if you post something and the content does really well, but then it's not something that you want to continue doing because it doesn't feel good to you anymore. Yeah.
Also, does that make you afraid of changing because people might not receive it well?
Okay, got you. So I am really afraid of that. I won't even lie, because, you know, you're on social media. You don't want to be perceived as something else, you know, like, you want to keep your image, your brand. So yeah, I feel like right now I am doing well with that, like, keeping my brand, my image, and I don't feel like it will change ever. But I had, like, one altercation, especially with the Breezy thing, where I obviously danced for him, and someone was like, well, they didn't see it as an accolade for me, but they saw it more of as, oh, you're supporting an abuser. First of all, I was never even going to go to the show, like, never bought a ticket for myself. I could care less. Like, I knew he was coming, but, like, I'm a dancer. I need this for myself as an accolade, you know, just to put some stars on my name, you know. So yeah, it is kind of scary. And yeah, that was, like, something that stopped me from working with that person, because it now burns a bridge, you know what I mean? So yeah, small things like that, it does kind of hurt my image, and yeah, it can break me sometimes, but Survivor. Survivor.
As a Black woman navigating the industry, do you think for you it's different? And like maybe like people are a lot harder on you than they would be on other types of people?
Definitely. I mean, it stems from back in the days, you know, like it's still the same. But like it's obviously low key. Like they wouldn't show it in your face, but like you would obviously hear like, oh no, especially like in the modeling industry. I kind of gave up on runway right now because like I'm really focused on fashion and like dance because there's so much politics, especially with like Black models, white models. So I feel like the Black models have to work even harder just to like break through to like a good 3 shows or like 3 brands, working for 3 brands. So yeah, it definitely is tougher on the Black woman than on the white or the colored or Indian. So yeah.
So that's something that still exists in like fashion runway in South Africa?
It's an underlying problem that I don't know or I don't think it's gonna get fixed, but we can hope and pray.
Yeah, I'm glad that, you know, we are having this as part of our conversation so that people that do want to embark on a like fashion runway industry professionally, they know how much they need to fight.
Yeah.
And also know that as much as you need to fight, if you really want it, you can get it.
Fact.
Just know that these are the things you have to encounter, unfortunately. And honestly, the more we fight, the more difficult it is going to be for them to say no to us.
Honestly.
So
I feel like that was what I also stood on heavy, like what you just said. Like, it took me so long to get like a brand deal or like, sorry, I'm so fluish. I sound so clouded right now, or stuffy.
It's okay.
But
I didn't notice
until you said it, yeah.
This is not me, guys. It's not me. But anyways, like you were saying, I feel like it took me so long just to get a brand deal, but like I worked so hard and 10 times harder than the usual Becky or whoever until that barrier was broken. And now, like, I don't feel like they can deny me, you know what I mean? Because, like, I made my point. I made, So, yeah, I feel like I made my mark. And, yeah, it's really undeniable right now.
They can only say no to you so many times, bro. And like Christiana said, even though her character is questionable, if they say no to you, you're asking the wrong people.
Facts.
What's your favorite piece? Like, what's your favorite fashion piece that you are ultimately attached to? Which actually relates to my question. What's one piece you would buy over and over and over again, regardless of the fashion climate?
Okay, so I draw more towards dapperness. I love to look dapper.
Okay.
And camouflage. You'll always see me like in a camouflage pants or like a vest. Or one of those. But a piece that I would buy over and over, I don't know. Can it be a shoe?
For sure.
Nike Sanders. I don't know if you guys know them.
Sanders.
Tapped in like that.
But like, I love that shoe so much. Like,
really?
I'm waiting for the next drop. Like, I need another colorway. Yeah.
That's so cool. Because for me, it's more of like a textile thing. Like, if it's a natural fiber like cotton, ultimately my wardrobe would be 100% cotton, linen, silk,
polyester, all of those.
Not polyester. I'm trying to get out of my wardrobe. Because like, especially for women, and I think this is like info we should all have. Like, especially for women in your like intimate areas, try to go for natural fibers because it's more breathable and just cozier for you. Yeah,
facts. Love that. I should tap in actually.
Yeah. So actually, because it's September in the fashion world, what do you think the coming fashion trends are, like for this year, or even something that's gonna like people are gonna pick up on in 4 years?
4 years. Right now, I can say I see a lot of grays and like polka dots and the ballet flats. I feel like people are tapping into
so like Copenhagen.
Yes,
vibes.
Copenhagen vibes. I see more coats. I mean, coats has always been there, but like, I love a good coat.
I'm going to the thrift for coats this winter.
Yeah. So yeah, more polka dots, ballet flats, loving it, yeah.
Okay, so, Kinago. Really? Yeah. Okay. Crazy. So my pumps were a good purchase because the chain's sticking. Great. Jai, thank you so much for having this conversation with us. We appreciate you coming to us and giving us the tea and the info.
Thank you for having me. I had fun. The set was comfortable. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm dropping Sunday. Thank you.
Link in bio.
Thank you for having me, you guys. It was fun.
Thank you so much.
And that's okay, that's a wrap.
Beautiful! We ate that. Now I can see for real.
Oh.
And guess you did really good.
Thank you so much. I was quite
nervous. I'm going to get a sponsor for Acorn now.
Please, fast.